The richest people you've never heard of are using this. No flashy cars, no flexing, just quiet wealth. Even Warren Buffett says the smartest investors live like this. Stick around as we reveal 10 silent hacks to build your fortune. The final one could change your financial life forever. Have you ever found yourself wondering how certain people manage to build substantial wealth almost invisibly? They're not flaunting it, not drawing any unnecessary attention, while the world around them remains completely oblivious. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain on 10 simple yet incredibly powerful hacks that show you exactly how you can achieve the same. These aren't get-rich-quick schemes or magical formulas. They are proven strategies employed by the silently wealthy. Individuals who prefer to cultivate their fortunes far from the spotlight, enjoying genuine freedom and security without anyone ever suspecting a thing. And you know who understood this principle better than almost anyone? Warren Buffett. He often revealed that many of his richest acquaintances follow these straightforward rules to expand their financial horizons while maintaining a low profile. Every hack you're about to discover is a vital piece of a larger, more intricate plan. But here's a little secret. The final hack we'll discuss is, by far, the most critical. Without it, the effectiveness of all the others diminishes significantly. So, make sure you stay with me until the very end, because this information has the potential to fundamentally change how you perceive money and freedom forever. Let's dive into these 10 powerful hacks, starting with our 10th one, a golden rule they almost never share. Have you ever noticed how many people seem to be in a perpetual chase for money, yet never quite seem to get ahead? Meanwhile, others appear to live with a sense of calm, almost as if they've stumbled upon a secret that no one else is talking about. And what's truly curious, these silently wealthy individuals adhere to a rule so fundamentally simple it almost sounds trivial. Spend less than you earn and diligently invest the difference. It sounds basic, yet most people end up spending everything they make, sometimes even more, chasing the newest car, the picture-perfect vacation, or the trendiest clothes. In stark contrast, true millionaires are quietly putting their money to work for them. They're investing in stable options like index funds, such as the S&P 500, or in income-generating real estate, and even in small businesses that grow steadily behind the scenes. You might not see it, their friends might not see it, but their wealth is there, compounding silently. Wondering how you can apply this powerful principle to your own life? It's remarkably straightforward. As soon as money lands in your account, make it a habit to set aside a portion before you even think about spending. It doesn't matter if it's 10%, 5%, or even just 1% to start. The real secret is to begin today. There are numerous tools available that can make this process effortless, like automatic investment apps, or even just a regularly scheduled transfer to a dedicated investment account. The absolute key is to not let that money sit idle, because it has the potential to do so much more for you when it's actively working. Now, take a moment to think with me. What would your life look like if you never had to worry about paying bills at the end of the month ever again? Imagine living completely debt-free, without that nagging feeling or the need to impress anyone, simply enjoying the profound peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial future is secure. That's precisely what this rule delivers: peace and genuine freedom. But hold on, because this is just the beginning. The real magic, the true secret, lies in understanding how you can make your money grow automatically, almost effortlessly, like an invisible machine constantly working in your favor. Intrigued about how this powerful hack operates? Let's move on to the 9th hack, the invisible trick that makes your money multiply by itself. Do you ever feel that no matter how diligently you try to save, the money just seems to vanish before the month is out? Well, the problem often isn't how much you're earning, but rather what you're doing or not doing with what's left over, or what should be left over. The silently wealthy have mastered a game-changing trick. They put their money on autopilot. Here's the essence of how it works. Before you even get a chance to think about spending, a portion of your income has already been automatically directed into your investments. It doesn't matter if it's $50 or $500. The true secret lies in consistency. Set up those automatic transfers to an investment account. It could be an IRA, a 401k, or even a simple index fund. And yes, the most challenging part here is just the initial setup. Once that's done, the system diligently takes care of the rest. Think about this for a moment. Imagine opening your bank account a year from now and realizing you've accumulated thousands of dollars without even consciously noticing the effort. That's the incredible power of financial automation. It's akin to planting invisible seeds that, over time, flourish into a dense forest of financial stability. And there's an added benefit. Automating your finances also significantly reduces stress and minimizes the temptation to spend impulsively. When the money is set aside before it even reaches your main account, those difficult decisions, spend or save, are effectively made for you. You'll find you have more mental energy to focus on what truly matters in your life. Now, you might be wondering, but what do I do with all this money I'm saving? Don't worry, because the very next hack will teach you precisely how to transform those savings into powerful, income-generating assets. Stay tuned. Next up, our 8th hack reveals how to strategically use extra income to accelerate your wealth-building journey. How often have you received an unexpected sum of money? Perhaps a work bonus, a tax refund, or even a small prize, and immediately thought, I deserve to treat myself. Let me tell you, the silently wealthy adopt the exact opposite approach. Instead of splurging, they cleverly turn these unexpected financial gains into powerful levers to grow their wealth even faster. Here's their method. When you receive an unusual amount of money, don't immediately think about how to spend it. Instead, consider how it can work for you. Let's say you get a $3,000 bonus. You could certainly buy that new gadget you've been eyeing, or you could invest it in an index fund that has an average historical return of, say, 8% per year. What happens in 10 years? That initial $3,000 could grow to nearly $6,500 without you lifting another finger, just by letting it sit and compound. And if you happen to be carrying debt, this unexpected income is a golden opportunity. Use these amounts to aggressively pay down your debts, starting with those that carry the highest interest rates, like credit card balances. Each debt you eliminate is like a heavy weight lifted off your shoulders, and it creates more room in your budget to invest even more in the future. The silently wealthy understand that every extra dollar represents an opportunity to change their financial game. That's why they view these gains not as spending money, but as key pieces in their larger wealth-building strategy. It's a subtle mindset shift that can yield massive long-term results. Now that you understand how to make the most of every unexpected gain, it's time to delve into an even more potent strategy, avoiding the pervasive consumption traps that can sabotage even the most well-intentioned financial plans. Let's move on to the 7th hack, the silent wealth formula, creating invisible income streams. You've probably heard the age-old wisdom, never put all your eggs in one basket. This saying makes perfect sense, especially when it comes to your finances. The silently wealthy deeply understand that relying on just one single source of income is far too risky in today's unpredictable world. That's precisely why they focus on creating multiple income streams, both small and large, that work in concert to form a robust financial safety net. Think about it for a moment. What if you could receive a little extra money every month in addition to your regular salary? This could be income from a rental property, dividends from your stock portfolio, revenue from an online business you run in your spare time, or even royalties from something creative you've produced. These additional income streams don't need to be enormous at first, but over time they grow and become vital pillars that help maintain your financial stability, even if one of them unexpectedly falters. Need a practical example? Let's say you have a hobby you're passionate about, like photography, writing, or crafting. Why not explore ways to turn that passion into an extra income stream? Platforms like Etsy, Fiverr, or even Airbnb offer fantastic opportunities to monetize your existing skills or assets. Or if you prefer something more passive, you could start investing in real estate investment trusts, REITs, or dividend-paying stocks. What makes this particular strategy so incredibly powerful is the freedom it grants you. You're no longer stuck fearing a potential job loss or being entirely dependent on that single paycheck at the end of the month. And the more these diverse sources of income grow, the more they become a significant driving force, propelling you toward your ultimate goal of financial independence. The next logical step, then, is knowing exactly where to allocate this money to further accelerate your journey toward complete financial freedom. Want to learn how to maximize every single dollar and effectively protect your growing wealth? The sixth hack will show you precisely how. Avoid the silent mistake that ensnares 90% of people. You know that familiar moment. You finally get a raise, and almost instantaneously your expenses seem to rise to meet it. You upgrade your car, you start taking more frequent or more lavish trips. You buy that bigger television. It seems perfectly normal, right? But this, my friends, is the very trap that keeps a staggering 90% of people stuck, spinning their wheels in the relentless rat race. It's called lifestyle inflation. The silently wealthy, on the other hand, avoid it like the plague. Here's their secret. Every single time your income increases, consciously strive to keep your expenses at the same level. Yes, it's incredibly tempting to spend more when you have more, but resist that urge. Take that difference, that extra amount, and direct it straight toward your investments. If you're currently earning $5,000 a month and managing to save $500, imagine what happens if you get a raise and can double that savings amount to $1,000 a month. In 10 years, with an average annual return of 8%, you'd have accumulated over $180,000 in investments. And that's without making any drastic changes to your current lifestyle. The trick is to continuously create an ever-widening gap between what you earn and what you spend. It's like systematically increasing the profit margin of a business, except in this case, the business is your life. Utilize financial management apps like Mint or YNAB. You need a budget to meticulously track your spending and ensure it's not spiraling out of control. And you know what's even better? This disciplined habit not only significantly speeds up your wealth accumulation, but also keeps you laser-focused on what truly matters in life. It's not about amassing material goods to impress others. It's about building a life that genuinely affords you freedom and choice. Now that you know how to sidestep this common financial pitfall, it's time to learn how to protect your hard-earned money with smart strategies that ensure it keeps growing. Ready to discover the silently wealthy's tax-savvy approach? Let's move to the fifth hack, the rule of silence. Protect your wealth from the prying eyes of the world. Have you ever noticed that when people start talking too much about their money, suddenly expectations, judgments, and even requests for financial help seem to materialize out of thin air? That's precisely why the silently wealthy adhere to an almost unbreakable rule. The less you talk about your wealth, the better. The secret here lies in exercising discretion. Talking excessively about financial gains invariably attracts unnecessary attention, and with that attention often come demands, unsolicited opinions, and even individuals looking to take advantage of your success. Discreet millionaires know that by keeping their financial plans and achievements largely to themselves, they effectively avoid distractions and, more importantly, protect their peace of mind. After all, your wealth should be a source of freedom and security, not a magnet for problems and stress. Be honest with yourself. How many times have you felt the unspoken need to justify your financial choices simply because someone found out about a raise you received or a particularly successful investment you made? That kind of pressure virtually disappears when you adopt a policy of strategic silence. Keep what you're doing with your finances to yourself. No one truly needs to know about the specific fund you just bought into or that property you recently acquired. Of course, this doesn't mean you should completely isolate yourself or become secretive to an unhealthy degree. It's fine to talk about finances, but do so selectively, only with trusted individuals, mentors, or qualified experts who can genuinely add value and offer sound advice. The rule is simple. Share your financial goals with those who are aligned with your objectives and can offer support, not with merely curious or critical onlookers. Now that you understand how powerful silence can be as your ally, it's time to learn how to turn even small, consistent actions into tools that dramatically accelerate your journey to financial freedom. Ready for the fourth hack? It's about the hidden power that turns pennies into millions. Did you know there's a financial force so incredibly powerful that Albert Einstein himself famously called it the eighth wonder of the world? We're talking about compound interest. The not-so-secret secret that the silently wealthy use to transform relatively small, consistent amounts of money into true fortunes. And the best part? It requires almost no ongoing effort once it's set in motion. Here's a simple explanation of how it works. When you invest money, it begins to grow not only on the initial principal amount you invested, but also on the accumulated gains from previous periods. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but as it rolls, it picks up more snow, getting bigger and bigger at an ever-increasing rate. For example, if you consistently invest just $100 a month and achieve an average annual return of 8%, in 30 years, you'll have amassed over $150,000. Now, imagine if you started with $500 a month. Under the same conditions, we're talking about a figure exceeding $750,000. It might seem like magic, but it's pure, unadulterated mathematics. The absolute secret to harnessing the incredible power of compound interest is twofold: starting as early as possible and maintaining unwavering consistency. The more time you give your money to grow, the more pronounced the compounding effect becomes. Not sure where to begin? Try investing in low-cost index funds like those tracking the S&P 500, or utilize tax-advantaged retirement accounts such as an IRA or a 401k. Small, consistent steps truly lead to monumental results over the long term. And there's more good news. This power is accessible to absolutely anyone, regardless of their current income level. It doesn't matter if you're starting with $50 or $5,000. The most important thing is simply to start. Every single penny you invest today is another brick in the foundation of your financial independence tomorrow. But be careful. Knowing how to multiply money is only one part of the overall equation. The next hack will teach you how to avoid critical mistakes that can unfortunately destroy all the progress you've painstakingly made so far. Want to learn how to keep your financial trajectory firmly on track? Let's move to our third hack, the secret to smart purchases that the wealthy rarely reveal. Have you ever stopped to truly think about the fundamental difference between something that actively makes you richer and something that just passively drains your money? This is a core insight, a major key to the thinking of the silently wealthy. They intuitively know how to distinguish between assets and liabilities, and they always prioritize acquiring assets. While many people tend to buy things that rapidly lose value, like new cars fresh off the lot or the latest electronics that will be outdated in a year, those building quiet fortunes invest in items that actually make their money work for them. Think about it critically. A rental property is a classic asset because it puts money into your pocket every single month in the form of rent. Now, consider a luxury car. As tempting and enjoyable as it might be, it primarily drains money through maintenance costs, insurance premiums, fuel, and relentless depreciation. The truly wealthy understand this distinction profoundly and make conscious, deliberate choices aligned with this understanding. They don't necessarily live without comfort or deprive themselves, but they ensure their major financial decisions are aligned with what genuinely increases their net worth. Need a practical example to illustrate this? If you're contemplating making a significant purchase, ask yourself one simple question. Will this item bring me any tangible financial return in the future? If the answer is a clear yes, it's likely a good move. If not, you should seriously reconsider. Instead of spending $5,000 on an expensive gadget that will quickly lose its value, how about investing that same amount in dividend-paying stocks or real estate investment trusts, REITs? These types of investments not only help preserve your capital, but also have the potential to make it grow over time. It's like a strategic game. Every purchase you make is a move on your personal financial chessboard. Choose the right moves consistently, and over time you'll see your wealth grow steadily, while many of those around you continue to chase fleeting money. And the best part, all of this can be achieved without sacrificing comfort or your desired quality of life. Now that you clearly understand the critical importance of prioritizing assets, it's time to explore the true engine of sustainable wealth. How to create a system where your money works on its own, tirelessly and perpetually. The second hack is about that invisible trick that makes your money grow by itself. A concept so important it's worth emphasizing. Have you ever wished your money could just grow steadily while you're busy attending to other aspects of your life? The silently wealthy don't just idly wish for this, they actively make it happen. The secret, once again, lies in creating a robust system where your money grows on autopilot, effortlessly and seamlessly. Here's the core of the trick. Before you even think about spending your income, you need to pay the most important person in your life, and that person is you. This translates into setting up automatic, regular transfers to a dedicated investment or savings account the very moment your money hits your primary account. It could be as small as $50 a month to start, but the absolute key, as always, is unwavering consistency. It's like having an invisible financial clock working diligently for you every single day without you even needing to notice or manage it actively. Why is this approach so profoundly powerful? Because it effectively eliminates the "I'll do it later" excuse that so many of us fall prey to. Automation removes the daily temptation to spend that money elsewhere and ensures that you are always, consistently, building a solid financial future for yourself. Need another practical example? Utilize established investment platforms like Fidelity or Vanguard to create an automated investment plan. Or you can even use simpler apps like Acorns, which cleverly round up your everyday purchases to the nearest dollar and invest the difference automatically. It's modern technology working directly for your financial freedom. Now, just imagine looking at your investment account a year from now and seeing how this small, consistent, automated habit has transformed into something substantial. That's the incredible leverage and power of an automatic system. While most people struggle with the discipline to save consistently, you're simply letting the financial gears turn quietly and effectively on their own. And finally, we've arrived at the #1 hack, the absolute key to silent success. consistency, and patience. Let me share a crucial secret with you. Building genuine, lasting wealth isn't primarily about luck, and it's definitely not about flashy, headline-grabbing strategies. At its core, it's about steadfast consistency. The silently wealthy know that the real, enduring power lies in doing the right things repeatedly, day in and day out, even when the initial results seem small or slow to materialize. Think about it in terms of agriculture. You don't plant a tree today and expect to harvest its fruit tomorrow. You plant the seed, you water it, you nurture it, and you patiently wait for the right time for it to bear fruit. The very same principle applies to your financial journey. It might involve investing a modest $50 a month, diligently avoiding unnecessary debt, or consciously trimming non-essential expenses from your budget. These actions might not seem like much in the beginning, but over the course of years, even decades, the cumulative results are truly exponential. It's the famous snowball effect in action. And do you know what truly sets apart those who ultimately succeed from those who give up partway? It's patience. Many people start their financial journey highly motivated, but they stop halfway because they don't see rapid, dramatic results. The silently wealthy, however, understand that building true wealth takes a significant amount of time. They are playing the long game, focusing intently on the process itself, rather than on immediate, short-term outcomes. If you find it challenging to maintain consistency, try creating small, manageable systems for yourself. Schedule a monthly reminder in your calendar to review your investments. Set up a system to track your progress toward your financial goals. You could even plan to celebrate small milestones along the way to keep your motivation high. All of these small actions help you stay on track and can make the long process feel less tiring and more rewarding. Conclusion: you now have the 10 essential hacks used by the silently wealthy to build their fortunes without drawing unwanted attention. The power to transform your financial future is literally at your fingertips. The next step is yours to take. Choose just one of these hacks to implement starting today. Whether it's automating your savings, creating an additional income stream, or simply committing to spend less than you earn, that first step is the most crucial. Financial freedom isn't a distant dream, it's a reachable goal, and it begins with consistent, quiet action. Start building your silent wealth now. If you found this valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and save this video so you're ready for the next one in this wealth building series.